Yes, people, waffled on in the building, man. Friday. And you know what? The weekend's coming. Premier League. We got Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua's fight. We got the AFCON starting this weekend as well. We've got so much things happening this weekend. Lots of sport, lots of watch hours, live watches, as my boy Mark would say. A lot of activity going on this weekend, man. So let's just start it off from today. It's Friday and we are here. It's Friday and the weekend's here. So we can boogie down. Big up to Guna Therapy in the building, man. I know that's negative Dan, you know, because positive Dan would never reach out to me like this, but I may be wrong. But big up to positive Dan and negative Dan, Guna Therapy. And make sure you go and subscribe to these, man, because I love their show, you know. I love that show. Is it Monday? It's a Monday show, and I love that Monday show, man. It's gaining traction. Oh, shame on me. Shame on me. Let me put my watch on. Shame on me. Shame on me. I'm shameless. Sorry, positive dad, man. Big up to you anyway, man. Each and every time. No doubt you'll probably be traveling to Merseyside tomorrow because you're a hardcore Arsenal fan, and I love it, man. I love it. I love your little shorts and that when you're traveling over. When you're traveling up the country and that, yeah, proper fans, you know what I mean? Proper fan. Big up to Nems in the building, and damn right, shame on you. Before I start getting into the nitty-gritty of this show today, people, yeah, remember this is all opinion based, but before I start my show, yeah, I want to shout out this guy because he recently passed away. Ethan McLeod. I think after a game, he plays for Macclesfield. I think after the game, he was on his way home and he tragically died in a car crash. He was only 21 years old, as you can see, and really sad, you know. I don't think there's a lot of people that's mentioned this guy, but you know what? One of the football community, one of the football communities passed. And you know what? Big up to Arsenal as well, yeah, for shouting out Ethan as well, because you know what, 21 years old, man. I can still remember what I was doing at 21 years old, and it's really sad what's happened to him. So, you know what, rest in peace, young man. And yeah, man, it's really sad. But anyway, people, yeah, I don't know how to approach this show today because in light of all the stuff that's been going on recently, you know, the head losses, you know, the 1 versus 1, the, you know, grown men fighting over football and stuff like that. I've been there. I've done that. I've been there. Yeah. Let's show you how I've been there. Yeah. I wasn't going to do this, but I will. Where is he? It's out there for everyone to see. Yeah. But hold on, let me just find it first. Here it is. Let me just just share. This is embarrassing, actually. Look at this.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing.
I don't want Sterling playing at all. If all the top gooners are now going to justify, oh look, Moreno scored 2 goals.
I'm not justifying it. I'm making light of a bad situation.
No. The question was, does he start the next game after he scored two goals?
Yeah. Where do you stand?
Who's the alternative then to play up front?
No, he should, but only because that's such a bad reflection. That was going to be my question
I asked,
to you.
It's got nothing to do with owners and all them.
Yeah, Lewis Skelly can't play left.
It was put in the top goon away, bruv. Let's have it right, because they're going to be shouting his name from the rooftops.
Put in the top goon away.
Yeah.
You're talking nonsense, bro, man.
Not at all, bro. Not at all. Oh, Moreno scored 2 goals. He's our new striker now. That's what all the top gooners are going to say, bruv.
Oh my! Enough of news in the game.
You're absolutely
Leicester fans. The Leicester fans have left, leaving early. So you'd much rather have Trossard up top again and Sterling on the left?
I don't want Sterling playing at all. If we've got
exactly, but that's the only thing. That's the only thing. I don't want Sterling playing at all. If all the top gooners are now going to justify, oh look, Moreno scored 2 goals. I'm not justifying it. I'm making light of a bad.
No.
Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, there's a bit of a head loss in that. I don't think he's played the whole thing on there, but yeah, literally, we just fell out basically, and this is what happens in terms of life, in terms of friendships, in terms of partnerships. Usually the breakdown is usually communication, and I want to play something today, what I watched today from Robbie when he was talking on one of the interviews today, which is quite interesting and quite, for me, it's quite telling, isn't it? Because although I'm not a psychologist, I've kind of studied psychology, and he kind of says a lot with his body language, but you need to see it. You need to see it first, innit? So let me just play this bit, and I want to talk you through it as well. And this is regarding Robbie and Turkish, by the way. Yeah, Turkish hasn't really said much about the situation. I'm sure Positive Dan probably knows all about it, and I'm probably wrong. But I'm not here to, I'm not here to talk about what's happened between both of them. I'm just going to give my opinion on what I think about the situation that's occurred between them two. And you know what? I respect both of their hustles, yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Robbie's big in the game, Turkish is big in the game, and they're both big characters, and sometimes big characters, yeah? Sometimes, big characters can't, maybe can't work together. So it's one of them ones, isn't it? It's one of them ones. But let me just play something that Robbie said, yeah, because Turkish hasn't really said too much on his side, but a lot of this is telling for me. But let me just share this and let me know your thoughts, people. Let me know if you can hear this as well. Here we go. Can you hear this?
It's really tough, but you got to try and do what's right.
Can you hear it?
So, and that's leadership.
Yeah. Recently, and I even saw it in the comment section of one of your videos from a few weeks ago. Obviously, you had Turkish and James. They were on Forever Arsenal, and when they left, there was all of the flood of comments like, "What happened with this? What happened with this?" I saw Turkish talk about this recently in an interview. He said, "In terms of Robbie, we just haven't spoken. That's since before it happened. He's stubborn. I'm stubborn."
Okay, so I just wanted to stop that there for a moment, yeah? So both guys, Turkish has just admitted that he's stubborn, yeah? But listen to this bit.
He believes what he believes, I believe what I believe, and that's the way it's going to be. When you reflect on that situation and the departure of Turkish from the show, is that one of those difficult decisions that you reference?
Yeah, it was a difficult decision. I don't think I'm stubborn, by the way. I don't think I'm a stubborn.
So you hear that right there, yeah? You hear that right there now, yeah? So Robbie, sorry, yeah, but I'm not having that about you're not stubborn, yeah? Because just like me, you're a Caribbean man, yeah? And this isn't just a Caribbean thing, yeah? You're a man, innit? So at the end of the day, yeah, you're blatantly stubborn, because when people want to tell their Arsenal opinions and it's different to you, you get proper stush and you get proper stubborn, yeah? You're a hardback Jamaican, yeah? I know you're stubborn as hell, yeah? And also as well, I can say this because, not just because I'm a Caribbean man, but I can also relate to him, and I can also relate, I can also relate to Turkish as well, because if you know Turkish people, yeah, and this isn't all of them, but I've been around a lot of Turkish people, yeah, and trust me, yeah, trust me, you don't want to get on the wrong side of them, yeah, because believe me, yeah, they can make your life hell. And I can say this, yeah, because, you know what I mean, I've got property in Turkey and I've dealt with certain man. So I've got experience of this, so can't tell me no about this. Yeah, years and years of experience of dealing, you know what I mean, with Turkish and Caribbean Jamaicans as well. Yeah, I've dealt with both. Yeah, and both can be stubborn as hell. But as King's Football says, yeah, you don't get to where Robbie is if you're not stubborn. Success is not easy. That's what my point was that I was coming to in a minute. Yeah, but for him to say he's not stubborn, yeah, I kind of get it as well, because he has to try and show that he's, do you know what I mean? He's the man in it. And both of them, yeah, are very successful. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, Robbie's paved the way for man like Turkish and all them kind of guys and stuff like that. You know what I mean? To come through. And, you know, Turkish is doing bits. Someone said, whose side you on? I'm not no one's side. I'm not on anyone's side. Yeah. I tell you the content I prefer to watch. I do prefer to watch, you know, Turkish's content, Big Six, you know what I mean, his previews and stuff like that. But because I'm more relatable to that side, because I'm not really interested in the AFT head losses and all that kind of stuff anymore. If Guna Therapy's on there, I'll listen to it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, if Positive Dan or Negative Dan's on there, I'll listen to it. But my days, I suppose, were the days of Troops, Claude, and all them kind of, you know, them man there. That's when I used to listen to it in the early days. But I don't really listen to AFT. The only thing I was listening to back in the day was Forever Arsenal, or most recently Forever Arsenal, because I really enjoyed that show. And why? Because Turkish was on it, of course. James and Jordan and all that kind of stuff. I don't even watch Forever Arsenal no more because of what's happened, but doesn't mean that I'm taking sides. It's just a preference of the content that I like. But yeah, I'm gonna carry on playing the thing, yeah, and then I'll just give you my opinion after.
Stubborn person, but you know, but yeah, that was a difficult decision. These are difficult decisions. These are not easy decisions. These are people, I mean, I don't dislike Turkish at all, you know what I mean? Like, these are, but, you know, sometimes you've got to make difficult decisions. When it's part of running a company, you know what I mean? It's not easy sometimes. They're tough decisions that you have to make, you know? That you have to take yourself away and say, right, what am I going to do here? You know what I mean? So,
and you know what? I hear that as well. I 100% hear that as well, because business isn't easy and you're going to have to make this difficult decisions at time. You know, it's not easy, you know. I don't know what the beef started over, the speculation, but if anyone's got it verified 100%, then say, but I can't verify anything, and I'm not gonna say what I think it is. I just think that both of them are very strong characters, very, very strong characters, yeah. And they just had a disagreement for whatever it was. I don't know if I've seen some AI videos out and all that kind of stuff, yeah. But as I said, yeah, I'm not gonna say what, or I don't know exactly, because you know what, there's two sides in it. There's Robbie's side, sorry, there's three sides. There's Robbie's side, there's Turkish side, and there's the truth in it. Do you know what I mean? And all of us saying what we're saying, unless you was in that room or you was part of those discussions, then you can't really, you know what I mean, unless you're 100% and you know Turkish and he's told you this, or Robbie's told you exactly the information. I'm not gonna be like going through the comments and saying, oh, is that what happened? Because I don't do things like that. Do you understand? So I'm just gonna carry on playing this, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that was blown out of proportion when you're seeing
massively.
Creators?
Massively. But nowadays, everybody, you know, they're just waiting for their little moment so they can make a video. They can make a. I was
like
on another podcast the other day, and I was chatting about this story. Right, I saw a guy the other day who made a video saying, "I know the truth. The truth is that," and I saw the guy the other day, and it's a person that sees me a lot. right? It sees me a lot. I'm not going to say where, but he sees me a lot of places, yeah? And I confronted him. And I said, yo, you did a video. Because I hadn't seen this video at first. I didn't even realize that he'd done one. I said, you did a video so you know the truth.
I cook for a living, so I'm very picky about my tools. My biggest issue with regular pots and pans is that they're so inconsistent. They're good for one or two things. You have to season them, maintain them, scrub them, babysit them. And too many of them are still coated in forever chemicals like...
Did you ask me? You know me.
Exactly. You know, I don't know everything 100%, so I'm not speculating on anything. Yeah, unless man's come out and said, then you know what I mean, talk on it. But I'm not going to speculate on thing. But all I know is that both of these characters, yeah, they're both stubborn. Robbie, you know you're stubborn as well, yeah. Turkish is stubborn. You both didn't back down, whatever situation it was, yeah. And then, do you know what? That's what happened, innit? You know what I mean? The rest is history, innit? Why am I talking on it? Because you know what? These things happen in life. We've been seeing a lot of civil war between Arsenal fans recently. And this is what happens when the pressure cranks up with, you know, Arsenal football team. If we were winning trophies and, you know, just missing out year upon year, these things happen, innit? These things happen. But can we learn from this? I'm sure we could. Sure, we can learn lessons from these things. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Build your own empire, innit? And I'm sure Turkish is doing that now. Robbie's clear already. He's doing what he's doing. So I don't think both parties have lost out. You know. I don't think both parties have lost out, you know. So yeah, they're both doing well for themselves. But anyway, let me just play the rest of this, people. Yeah,
you can come up to me and ask me, did you ask me? He said, no. Well, no, I didn't. I said, did you ask Turkish? No. Well, how do you know I didn't ask him? I said, no. Did you ask him or not? He's getting all evasive. He goes, anyway, it's the title. So I said, but basically, what you're saying then, you're lying. You didn't ask me nothing. You didn't ask him nothing. But now you're telling me you know the truth. What truth? Got to be very careful of some of these things that are going out there because it ain't the truth. The people that don't know ain't got a clue. We never heard that from me because I'm a person. I keep things, you know. I'm very professional that way, and I'm not going to go and discussing business with this particular person. So how you tweet out a video about you know the truth? So it's blown out of all proportion, man. But that's what happens a lot of times. Unfortunately, now everybody's got a video out. I know this. Robbie makes this amount of money. This does that. I just look at it and laugh and say, so when you did that, did you? How you know that? Have you asked me anything? No. Literally 95% of the time, no one ain't asked me nothing. So how do you know when it happened? You're not here in this studio. You're not in the office. You're not privy to conversations or whatever, or circumstances or whatever. You don't know. You ain't got a clue. You're just doing that for clicks. You're doing that for views. So, but
like me,
it's what it is, man. I don't even worry about those things. Listen, but like you said, things get blown out of all proportion. Crazy out of proportion.
Do you ever feel the need to clear it up?
You know what? Because people always say to me, Robbie, man, come out and tell me. I know, like, there'll be people around me. They say, I know the truth, man. Robbie, come out and just clear it. I say, brother, man, one think that. Let them go on and think that. That's something.
See, so in a way, I kind of agree with Robbie as well, yeah, to a certain extent about you don't have to, like, talk your business, yeah. But I also think to myself, yeah, as well, yeah, when a man's calling you as well, yeah, why are you ducking his calls? And you can say you're busy all the time and whatever, yeah, but remember Troops was calling you, you know what I mean? You not responded and all that kind of stuff, yeah. What's going on? What's going on with that, my bro? Has there been a falling out there? Has there been a disrespect? What's going on with that? I'm sure Turkish mentioned that he doesn't call him, or he's tried calling him or something like that. So sometimes you know what? It's either you just leave it there, or you know what, you just have it out in it and just say what's on your mind. Let's see what else he's got to say. I think there's not too much of it left.
It's there. I said I ain't come, because then you'll be doing that forever. That means every time you make a decision, you got to come out and say, yeah, I did that because of this. And
you have to clarify everything.
You got to clarify everything. And I'm not clarifying. Bro, I made whichever decision I've made over the years, I made it. And that's my decision. And that's it. I ain't got to clarify nothing with you. I clarify it with the people that, and remember, some of the decisions are where the people have made decisions as well. It's not always me. And they don't need to clarify nothing either. Unless, you know, so what have I got to clarify that for? Why?
Is that a part of the business and also just of your success? It's difficult to reconcile.
So yeah, you see, when you're in big business as well, yeah, it's not just about Robbie's the final boss, in it. That's gonna make the decision at the end of the day. He would have probably spoken to, you know, I don't know, his colleagues or, you know, people around and stuff like that, had a chair meeting or something like that, and then they probably came to a decision that it weren't working or whatever, for the parties and stuff like that. So it's tough, you know, because Turkish was probably, if not one of the most popular guys on Aftv, if I'm right, or were there any other guys that are more popular than Turkish, you know, especially Forever Arsenal. Yeah, I just felt that show was just getting bigger and better and bigger and better, and you know, it's just all of a sudden now it's just, you know, it's not the same for me. You know, you've actually got Robbie on Forever Arsenal now with Curtis and stuff like that as well, and it's not for me, man. Loose cannons, I love loose cannons because it's still got that, it still feels like it's got that authenticity with it, you know, and he's bringing on different, you know, different Arsenal fans, even celebrities are coming on the show as well. And there's a great chemistry on that show as well, you know, very good chemistry on that show. And I like to have not just shows on or streams just talking about, you know, the usual watch-alongs, previews and all that kind of stuff. I like to be a little bit controversial, speak about things off the cuff, and, you know, have a general discussion with the peoples then, you know. How are you feeling about both parties? Do you think one was out of order? Do you think both were out of order? Do you think that Robbie's at fault, Turkish is at fault? Or are you like me and you just think that, you know what, both parties just had enough, you know? Let me know what you think about in the comments, man. Let's have a look at the chat. And I'm gonna play the rest in a minute. Yes, let's see what the chat's saying. Big up to Assembled in the building. Big up to Skills. Skills says it's about 100% about money. I don't know. Positive Dan, he's kind of close to Aftv as well, so he's got a lot of knowledge. He doesn't know what it's about. Hit the likes, people. Hit the likes, hit the likes, hit the likes. Please make sure you hit the likes. I'm gutted, you know, because I ain't got no show with BBK and it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. And look at yeah. Pen me in, bro. What's tomorrow? Oh yeah, we're playing at 8, innit? We're playing at 8. We're playing at 8 tomorrow. This is gonna be a late one. Yeah, big up to Eros, the boss, man. Big up to Eros in the building, man. Yeah, man. BBK is just cross country today, so it's gonna be a bit crazy. Your fans love beefing, man. Yeah, we do. We actually do love beefing, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. He's stubborn as hell. And yeah, we read out that one earlier. Turkish and Robbie couldn't agree on a contract. I don't see the issue. It's business, brother. I'm trying to do streams and you're trying to spoil up my streams, man. Come on, man. If that was the case, yeah, I would have just ended the stream right now. There's only so much hypocrisy a man can push out on a daily. Raw! Big up to Darren Martin, boy. I'm just reading through the chat. There's teachable things in this moment. Turkish got the right mentality. Robbie got the right mentality. They're gonna go far. See, I like that comment there. I like that comment there because they're both in it in their lane. Obviously, Robbie's he's a bit older. Do you know what I mean? He's built a much bigger platform than Turkish, but Turkish is creeping up, man. He's creeping up. Whether it will ever be as big as AFTV, who knows? But we know who's setting pace right now. Afternoon, everyone. Big up to the assembled in the building. Arsenal, the gift that keeps on giving. Nothing is going on. Sometimes you don't need other people's dramas. Just ignore them. Nobody has to explain nothing to anyone. Say what you want to say. Bye. Leave me alone. 100%. I agree with that as well. But there's different opinions in the chat today. Not everyone's like agreeable with everything at the moment. He's talking rubbish. Man are free to express their opinions. Didn't have to ask you shit. The most I can gather with this whole thing is that the loose cannons guys didn't like Robbie's selected what. Wow. Your boy 10's coming out with some gems, you know. The loose cannons guys didn't like Robbie's selected working hours because there's a lot of shows to fit on an AFTV day. Does anyone here in my chat watch AFTV like regularly? Just let me know if you do. I'm not gonna call you a top gooner, yeah. I'm just like just out of pure interest because a lot of your Arsenal fans, yeah, in here as well. So I don't know whether you got, because there are times where there's Curtis, I think Curtis, and I can't remember the other guy. What's his name? There's a show with Curtis and the other guy, mixed race guy. I can't remember his name. What's his name? That show's kind of decent as well. I do like that show as well. What's his name? Curtis. The other guy, what's his name? Someone help me in the chat. Is it? Oh, I can't even remember the name. And the loose cannons guys will be within their right to argue that their show could demand a better time slot on AFT. Yeah, 100%. It seems like everyone's overvalued their importance at the end of the day. The show must go on. That's an interesting point you just made there. The assembled. I used to be subscribed to AFTV, not hating on them. I just thought that channel, when it first started, was a platform to say it how it is. Now it's a dictatorship. Wow. That's some strong words from Eros the boss. Let's just play some more of this and see what he's saying.
Because outside of this, and even in our conversations, you've always been very personable. We're recording right now in your studio. There's been a lot of people that you've believed in, that you've platformed, that you've given opportunities. And I even saw in an interview, you said this, you said, when you start off small, you're that plucky guy that everybody loves. But the bigger you get, the more people will turn on you.
It's facts.
Is
Listen, bro. Listen. You see that right there? There's a lot of truth in that, you know. There's a lot of truth in that. And the more successful you get, the more people just like, I don't know whether they start hating on you, or is it a jealousy thing or an envious thing, but more money, more problems. That's what they say, innit? You know, so it's mad. Let's see what else.
Is that difficult for you, though? It might be the truth, but is it difficult for you?
It was at first. Now I've learned how to live with it and how to deal with it. But that's facts, and that's the advice I give to anybody coming up. When you're coming up, everybody love you. Callum, wicked podcast, man. Love you see Callum? That's my guy, and I love his podcast, man. And he start hit like 1 million followers. You're in this magazine. You're on that thing, you know. Boy, the boy Callum, you know. Well, I'm in a 2 check for that brother that I get. And he might say to that guy, why? Well, I don't even know, you know. That guy there's just some people, they're just like that. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, not everyone's gonna love your hustle, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they might love your hustle when you first started and you're coming up, yeah, and you're gonna come up, but not everyone's gonna be with you in it. Do you know what I mean? Some people are only there for the success, but there's some people like you, man, that's been there from literally the beginning, in it. You know, and I'm always gonna be that guy that tries to read out all the comments in it, no matter how I grow. I'm not gonna say I'm ever gonna grow massive. Pause. But I'm always going to be that guy that tries to get through the comments as much as I can. You know, I see shows like Curtis, yeah, he gets thousands of comments, yeah, and it gets to a point where it's so difficult to read out all the comments. You know what I mean? Never a foul, big six, and all that. It must be crazy for them to get through all the comments, yeah, because they've got to a point now where they get so many super chats that they can only read out the super chats in a stream as well. I hope it does. It never gets like that for me, because I always want to see what people got to say, you know, because I'm interested in what people's opinions are, whether I agree with them or whether I don't agree with them. It's still interesting. Do you know what I mean? It's like Boy 10, he's always got me in a headlock. Every day he wants to put me in a headlock, bro. But I'm like that. Get off me, man. You know what I mean? Because it's good. It's good to be challenged, and I like it. Do you know what I mean? Eros the boss says, Assemble said, Eros, the bigger the channel gets, the demands are different. Has anyone ever thought Robbie actually doesn't say anything? Silent river runs deep. And as Robbie, so let me ask you guys a question, yeah? Has Rocks, because there's clearly difference of opinions as well. I'm just going to mention three people, yeah? Robbie, Curtis Shaw, and Turkish, yeah? Well, I'll just mention those three because Robbie's quite pro Arsenal, isn't it? Yeah. And it comes across to me that he does love the club, but it's also the club's paying him in it, so he's got to be a certain way around the club. He has to be careful with certain things he says, yeah, around the club. He can't start saying, oh, this manager, yeah, he's horrid, I want him out the club if we're not successful. He's not the type of guy that's going to start saying that, because he's built up his success from Arsenal, yeah. They've all built up their success from supporting Arsenal. But then you've got the likes of Turkish, where he will say stuff at times, but he won't fully go in, if you know what I'm saying. He won't like fully, like, as Boy 10 says, rocks the boat. He will never actually just fully rock the boat. He may at times hint it and say, do you know what? At the end of the season, if it's not happening, man's got to come out. Curtis, for me, though, I think he's more blatant. I think he's like, what he's seeing at the club, yeah, he's just straight up, you know. And I'm not saying Turkish ain't straight up, by the way, yeah. But Turkish goes about it a little bit, can I say a little bit smoother? Or does he go about it a little bit just, he's not as curt. Is curt a good word to use? I don't see him as so decisive when he talks on that, you know. I think come the end of the season and there's no trophies, you might see a different Curtis in it. I mean, sorry, a different Turkish Kurdish bloody names, yeah. But Curtis seems to be like saying a lot recently, and he's on Forever Arsenal as well, yeah. And it's almost like he don't care, innit? He's just gonna say what he's got to say. Robbie never rocks the boat in any context, even dating back to when Wenger was there. It was the people giving mics to talk that got their opinion. It's only a recent development that we have more access to Robbie's actual footballing opinions, and even then they are like tailored with the media game in mind. Yeah, he's a media guy, isn't it? He's a media guy. He hasn't got to where he's got through just, I don't know, just, you know, being straight up. You know, some of these guys, they have to play the game, innit? They have to play the game. And this is, I'm not dissing Robbie at all, but this is how it goes. This is how it goes in business. Turkish buffering. It's funny, you know, because me and Turkish, we share the same birthday as well. So it's mad. Well, let's play this.
There's just some, and that's not.
If you want to have a job in the next 5 years, these are the AI rules.
Make sure you slap up the lights, people, as well. Yeah.
Again, well, going back to what I was saying earlier, that's a small minority of people, but they can be very loud. But it is a fact, man, that as you start to rise, sometimes there's some people that, like, I don't know what it is, man. The people talk about that, the crabs in a barrel effect, and that is a true thing. You know, where for no reason at all, they don't want you to see you rise.
And it's sudden. Is it a sudden shift?
It can be a sudden shift, yeah. You know, not realizing, like what you described it earlier. If I rise, other people rise. And sometimes people rise who don't know me, but they will just see me and say, oh, Robbie's done a channel around football. I can do one too. That's how you brought people up. You don't have to know them sometimes. That is how sometimes as a community, you know, I'm talking specifically a black community now. That's how we rise sometimes. Robbie's done it, so I can do it. That's why I respect, like, the Asian community a lot, yeah, because they'll see that guy's opened a shop. He's up. I can open a shop. And as a matter of fact, let me go and get some advice off of him. How did you open that shop? That's how you grow. Not cussing. Well, but I like that boy there in our car.
And this is relatable. This is relatable. And this is where Robbie's coming from a black man perspective, yeah, because only black men do this to each other, innit? And I'm not saying every single man does this, yeah, but you might work with a man, yeah, and he won't put in that effort, yeah, because it's only you, innit? It's only you. But anyone from a different culture, he's sweating his balls off, he's working his ass off. Do you know what I mean? And it's true what Robbie's saying, yeah? It's like you see Robbie doing something really successful, and you think, you know what? He's paving the way for us, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you look at my come up, and I'm not even halfway there. I'm nothing. I'm just like a dot in this sphere. I'm not even a dot. You know, like when you're in space, yeah, and it's just like you can't see nothing on the earth. That's me right now. But I can tell you my journey and the come up, yeah, of how I've gone from watching videos on Never a Foul and who's the other channels? I used to watch Tony Claude and what's his name? The African guy, Nigerian guy. What's his name? Niger. I used to watch Niger, innit? He used to have his own channel. And then I started to watch those streams quite a lot. And then I used to watch the Turkishes and you know what I mean? I never used to know about Curtis back in the day. Caps brought me on to him, innit? But then, yeah, that's how I kind of got into it, because at those times there was toxic atmosphere at Arsenal. You know, we wanted change from Wenger. We weren't winning stuff. And let's be honest, I never wanted Arteta as the manager. And there's probably a lot of people that didn't want Arteta as the manager. And into his tenure, after a few years, when we finished 8th, 5th or whatever, 8th twice or 5th or whatever, it rattled me that I needed to speak about it online, innit? And now, lo and behold, fast forward, we still got the same manager. And I think this season is a really important season, because I've always maintained, yeah, season upon season, if he don't win anything, I want him out. I don't care if people call him geniuses. I know there's certain men that I know that love Arteta and all them kind of things there, but love don't get you trophies, bro. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah, it's hardship. It's mentality. Yeah, it's let's go again. You know, week in, week out, day in, day out. Yeah, look at the big teams. Yeah, we're gonna beat them. We're gonna beat everyone around us. You're not going to win every single game. I get it. But it's the mentality, innit? That's going to take you over the line. But anyway, let's see what else Robbie's got to say. Big up to Gunner Street in the building. I see you. Make sure you go and subscribe to man like Gunner Street is in the building as well. Let's play this.
Sure. Why don't you like him? Just not like that boy. I mean, come on, man. We need to move beyond that now. So
100.
You know, and then that way people can rise up together. You know? But sometimes, yeah, there's some. So that's why I ain't got time. Like, I know I meet so many people who come up to me and say, Robbie, you know what? Respect, man. I started what I do because of you. And sometimes it's.
You see that? When a man comes up to you, yeah, and tells you that, yeah, that's probably one of the nicest things, yeah, you can hear. It's probably one of the nicest things you can hear, that a man, yeah, you saw a man doing like his work or whatever, and he's influenced you, yeah, into building something. Brother, you know what? That's levels, especially in the sport as well that you love as well. You love football. You see a man doing this, you know what I mean? It's like, when I look at a man like Turkish and I look at some other guys, you know, even guys that are not big like that, you know what I mean? Like the Capes, the Gunner Streets, the BBKs, the Shane Gooners. Man, there's so many names, you know what I mean? The North Sides, the Lee Gunners. Obviously, Lee Gunner's quite big. Just loads, you know what I mean? Even Gooner therapies that doing their thing, yeah? I rate it. I rate the hustle because it ain't easy. It's not easy doing this. Even Nems, the little idiot here, yeah, with his little idiot comments, yeah. Waffle is a Bruno lover. No, I just appreciate that he's doing bits this season, yeah. More than your number 10, yeah. More than your number 10. So hold that. What is it? 00020, innit? Innit? That's words. But yeah, big up to Nems in the build. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about the fallout, and let's see what Robbie has to say as well. For real. When I met Robbie, I told him the same thing. Look at that. See? Look, this is from the horse's mouth. And the thing is, Gunner, yeah, not everyone's gonna like that. Not everyone's gonna like that. You saying that because a lot of people don't like Robbie. But you know, you can't thing the hustle, bro. You can't diss the hustle. And if you do, you're kind of a little bit of a hater, to be honest.
Not just football, it's just like in general things. You know what, inspiration, man. You know what I mean? I saw that, like, even people come to me and said, I saw your podcast, man, that you did with Callum, man. Some of the things you said in it stuck with me, man. I'm gonna go and do my that's why I enjoy doing the last one. That's why I do this one. Because, you know, sometimes it's not always people who come up to you. There's a lot of people watching things you do.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation.
True, yeah.
That you're helping just by, you know, them seeing you as an example of what you're doing. But my message to them is, these are some of the issues you're going to have to deal with as you grow. As I said, if you're the leader of your business, you're going to have to sometimes make tough decisions. You're going to have to sometimes make decisions that are not the most popular, but you need to make them, because you need to be constantly looking at, how am I going to grow this? How am I going to improve this? You know? And sometimes when you're on your journey, some of the people at the start of the journey, they're not going to be at the end. And I respect everybody that's helped me on my journey.
100.
I respect every single one of them, because without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. They've all played a part on my journey, right?
Thank you, Robbie. And on that note, without you, man, in my chat right now, you, man, 5 people in the chat right now, I wouldn't have 1,322 subs right now. I wouldn't have watch hours that are close to getting me monetized. Yeah, it's because of you, the community, that's helped. It's also from other streamers as well, like the BBK, the Views, the Shane Gooners, and the E-Gal. See, a lot of things what you don't see, people, yeah, a lot of things what you don't see is that when you get to a certain level, people redirect channels, redirect their streams to you. So the people from that are watching that channel come to you. You might have 1 or 2 subscribers from that channel, so you appreciate that. You really appreciate that. So the people whose opinions who you may think, I don't like his opinion, and they show you a redirect to you, yeah, they redirect to you. You appreciate that because they're helping you to build your channel as well, yeah. So that's why I don't like to go in too much, yeah, on certain people, because I know that they've done, you know what I mean, they've helped me in the past. Do you understand? Yeah. And they've also invited me onto their streams as well. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to talk about people. I don't want to mention names or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? But I've been on big channels before, you know what I mean? And I appreciate it because they've helped me in my journey. I ain't going to say the name, but I went on one person's channel, yeah. I'm not going to say his name. He's a big YouTuber, yeah, that you all know. I must have got about 30 subs just by being on his show, bro. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. A lot of these streamers are very influential as well. Yeah, so it just goes to show you how big these guys, yeah, are on these platforms.
But some of the people on that journey are not going to be with you at the end of the journey. Moses was on the journey and he weren't there at the end, was he? Right? Going back to football, when Arteta's building his side, go back and look at the team that he started off with. None of them are there. I think maybe Saka. All are gone, but they're all of them would have played a part if, please God, inshallah, right? If Arsenal win a title, we'll all talk about the team now, but along the way, there's going to be a lot of people who play the important part of getting that team from where it was rock bottom.
Hey, where's Tony? I can't see him. Big up Tony. Where's Tony? I can't see his comments. Is Tony in the chat? Is that Tony Claude? Big up Tony. I don't know. Is that Tony Claude or I don't know? Who are you talking about?
To like challenging for titles. It's a journey. So to me, I'm not going to diss no one. Everybody's played a part, but not everybody's going to go all the way on that journey. Not everybody. I mean, how many friends did you have at school or college that you still talk to now? Do you talk to every one of them?
No.
Do you deal with all of them?
It's about 2 or 3. 2 or 3
There
people.
you go.
Yeah.
But when you was at school, you were besties, man. You know what I mean? Every day. You
see them every day.
You see them every day. You're around them every day. You do things and you think to yourself, we will bro.
This is my guy for life.
Bridges for life. My day one. And then now, as you get older and you're on your journey and progression and that, people start to...
You know what? It's so true about that, yeah.
Sometimes some people start to drop off naturally. Sometimes your ambition and your aims are kind of different to theirs. So you start to, all of a sudden, you don't seem to have as much in common as you did back in the day.
Yeah. I
find that with a lot of people. Like, I've got a lot of friends that I'm still very friendly with, but we don't have a lot in common just because of... It's not being a snob or nothing like that. It's just natural progression.
Yeah. Has your outlook shifted? And the reason why I asked that, I go back to that quote that I read out, that sometimes when you get burned, especially in relationships or in friendships, it hardens you in a way. It kind of shifts the way that you navigate and that you operate with people. Has that been the case for you? Has your outlook shifted?
Not really, because what I try to do is I try to, like, say, for instance, that you spoke about earlier with like DR and that and bringing people through. I don't want to get into a situation where I think, boy, you know what, man, I ain't bringing through no one else, man, because, boy, you know what I mean, I helped this guy and look what he did. Or that. Nah, I will forever try to bring people through. You know what I mean? That would never stop me. So I'm not hardened in that aspect. I've just like, I will always try to help people, always try to bring people through. That's like, that's just in my nature. If you're hardened and you start saying, oh, I ain't bringing no one else, man, and I don't trust nobody, and I don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You wise up.
Yeah.
You get wiser so that sometimes you can spot things, signs earlier.
Yeah, it's a good point you just made, you know. You know what, yeah? In this YouTube game as well, yeah. How can I put it? There's uses in it. There's uses. So, you know, people, we all use each other at some point, innit? Do you know what I mean? Whether it's to get views, whether it's to get our channel more popular, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I know throughout my journey that I've done streams with people to probably get more views on my channel. That's the aim of the game, and I know people do that with me as well, you know. But there's benefits both ways, isn't it? There's benefits both ways, because you also get to understand, or you get to know people in one respect, yeah. But you also get to, you know, can I have a chemistry with this person as well when I'm doing shows with them as well, yeah. And it's nice to see other channels growing as well whilst you're growing as well. You know, there's benefits both ways. Sometimes it's just blatant, isn't it? Sometimes it's just blatant and they're just taking shit from you, innit? But it's just mad, innit? It's just mad. Yeah. Big up, hey, big up to H as well in the building, yeah, the title. Big up, man, the title. Yeah, man, when two grown men fall out, Turkish and Robbie. Yeah, man, you know how it is. Clickbait and that, you know what I mean? But let me just play some more of this. And then
but I'm not hard. I don't like that word hardened. You know what I mean? Because I think if you do that, that's not a good thing. Yeah. So that's.
What's the future? What do you think about? Because obviously you have Aftv, you have DR Sports. You've gone around the world. You're getting mobbed in. I saw Arsenal's tour this year or last summer was in Asia.
Yeah, in Singapore. That was
you're
crazy.
doing meetups in Singapore and they're packed. That, like, the venue is telling you we cannot have any more people coming in. Where do you think that this, like, in the furthest reaches of your dreams and your imagination, what does this become?
A global media company. The name of my top co-company is called Global Fan Network, and I want to go global with this media company, and I want to be doing things in many different countries as well as where we are now. So some of that is media, some of that.
Let's go and see what Turkish is saying. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna drop well, but let me just see if let's see what Turkish is saying, because I like Turkish, man.
Which I was in agreement for. You know, the content, the vibe is just completely different, in my opinion, and the fact it's streamed as well, considering how much studio stuff is on the channel Aftv.
Yeah,
I thought it's something different. It's something easier. It's something quicker on the mark after games, which is important, in my opinion. That whole Monday, Thursday format for Big Six, no one was doing that before we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for forever, you know, I was thinking of similar things. And just, bro, listen, I you know, the panel I made.
One thing about Turkish as well, yeah, and I watched this stream, yeah, he's a go-getter, innit? Do you understand, yeah? He's worked in project management, so he's a guy that can collaborate well. You know, can get on with other people. You know, he's not a guy that's really, you know what, I like this person, I like that person. He actually gets on well. He's personable as well, just like Robbie. They're both personable. And he would have learned a lot from working at AFTV, yeah, obviously having that pod, that kind of Forever Arsenal, he owned that pod himself. So it weren't going to be difficult for him to translate that back to his own channel. Just want to make that point.
The panel, when the Mo situation played out, and there was a space, some of the recommendations, I mean, if I left it in certain hands, the pod probably would have finished there. I brought in Jordan, you know.
I didn't know of Jordan before that.
Yeah.
I mean, was he doing content before that? Where did you
So I met Jordan
scout in there?
outside the stadium. He was Channel 4 News. He came and interviewed me, Channel 4, maybe 2019, 18 maybe. Around then he interviewed me. We just exchanged numbers. I brought him in on Supporters Club.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he was originally on Supporters Club, which was my first show on the channel.
Yeah.
When they was doing stuff in YouTube Studio, I brought a lot of people through on the Supporters Club, because that's what it was about for me. It was about, listen, this is a new thing. Like let's mix it up and see. But Forever, yeah. Jordan come in, you know, hit the ground running, and then, you know, the pod was still getting the love that it deserved to get. I think, you know, the chemistry, everything, whether it was with Mo at the time or whether it, you know, it's with Jordan since, it's been top. And, you know, not only did I pick the panel, but I recorded the show, I planned the show, I uploaded the show. If I need to edit something out, I edited the show.
Yeah.
I done the thumbnail for the show. Yeah, I did the description if I need to do that.
Okay.
So it was, it felt like
yours.
Yeah, it felt like similar to Big Six. Like, you know what I was doing early days?
Yeah.
Just me behind the scenes doing everything.
Yeah, we just clock in and go.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't know what was going on.
Hours doing
now we hear this thing's on Spotify.
So as I said, you know, that podcast felt like it was just his. Yeah, hey, people, what's going on with the likes, guys, man? Come on, 12 likes, man. Shout out to LFC Monster in the building. Hope you're well, my bro. What's going on with the likes, people, man? Come on, there's 7 in here, 12 likes. Let's at least try and get to 20 at least. I don't get this guy. Tony is a brother. Who's Tony though? Are you going mad? The man just said this, yeah? I'm just saying big up Tony. But where is Tony? Is that your imaginary friend? What is this brother on? Nems, I don't know what you're on these days, bro. I really don't know what kind of budge you're smoking, bro. But big up to Hanno. Big up to Chelsea Sessions in the building as well, man. Big up to you, my guy. Yeah, like up the thing, man. But let's see what else Turkish has to say as well. Hey, it's kind of cold, you know. It's kind of cold.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just, you know, so I was doing the same because I enjoy it and I see something in it.
Yeah.
So Forever, you know, the fact that it's not the same anymore. Obviously, Lee was a big part of it.
Yeah.
But you know, it was sad in my opinion. It's not. I'm not going to moan and cry.
Yeah.
It's not about moaning and crying. You got to move and shake. You know,
that's your saying.
You got to do.
That's your saying.
You got to move and that's what it's about. I put a lot of work into Forever. You know, I think it could have been, you know, as big as a Big Six in terms of one club level.
Yeah.
You know, Big Six is open to multiple markets, whereas Forever is limited to one club. But that one club is the biggest club on social media and the ones that have the most fans clicking, and you know, Arsenal.
Yeah.
So I saw great things for it. So, you know, the fact this ended the way it's ended and now it's not the same. There's, you know, a pod here, a pod there. It is what it is, you know. It is what it is. Like.
I have to ask as well, like, on these pods, you take up like a host role, but then on the fan cams, that's like, especially your fan cam. I've seen you even host some of them where you interview. What role do you prefer? What do you think's your stronger role? What is your strongest kind of aspect?
Let's just move this on a bit. So he doesn't really say too much about it. Let's go back earlier into it.
With Amex Gold, you earn points when you spend on trying Fringe, and scarves disguising Fringe, and coffee talking about Fringe. And you can use those points on takeaways.
Freezing
the Fringe grows out.
I don't know what the temperature is, yeah, but it's really cold. I have to put the heating on.
Bonus drop boost.
Oh, come
Free-to-play
on,
game.
mate.
William Hill. Vegas, as it should be.
All these
That
ads.
pose.
You're funny.
Bro, you know what it is for me? I don't hate anyone, and I don't, I don't hold on to grudges or anything. Like, would we work together? Like, I've spoken to Lee. I've seen Lee since it all happened.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's going to happen. In terms of Robbie, we just haven't spoken. And that's not just since it's happened. That's since before it happened. So there's nothing there that I see will turn around. He's stubborn, I'm stubborn. He believes what he believes, I believe what I believe, and that's the way it's going to be. I'm stubborn, he's stubborn, that's it. But in terms of just generally, like, there's a lot of people at that organization that I've got love for.
Yeah.
It's funny though how Turkish is straight up and says he's stubborn, innit? Robbie kind of is actually stubborn, actually agreeing with that statement, innit? It's funny, innit? He probably knows he's stubborn as well deep down, but he just don't want anyone to know that.
Friends, for example, Cecil, not just people in front of
Cecil,
camera,
that's the name.
people behind camera, too, people in and around and whatnot. So for me, initially, I was getting a lot of messages about Forever, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to say it, and it came out the way it did. Do I regret that? No, I don't regret it. It didn't end well. But 2, 3, 4 weeks later now, whatever it is what it is. I've moved on. They've moved on. People might be upset they didn't get closure.
Yeah,
I think there's still, there's still open ends around. So, maybe it's never going to close. It is what it is.
Yeah,
you move, man. In life, this is things come, things go.
Yeah,
just gotta make the most of it. Focus on what you need to focus on, and that's it.
Yeah, it's a different type of work, isn't it? Because like, if you was to say in any normal situation you leave a job, there ain't this buzz like, hey, why'd you leave Tesco?
Yeah, trust
me.
We
want closure.
It's mad. When I left Royal Mail, no one asked me, right, what's going on?
You was on till 20, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now you're not. Now you're until 7. What's going on right now? But I guess because of that viewership and that support and that love and that, like I said, they're just so, you are part of so many people's day on a daily basis, and it's so difficult for them to kind of change. No one likes change. You had your favorite TV show or your favorite film, and they drop one of the main stars, and suddenly now they're like, "Yo, what's going on? I want an interview. I want something. I want someone better tell me what's going on." I think because we're in it, we don't, and it still boggles my mind. You don't think about it like that, but TV isn't what it was, Films, I think, aren't what they were, and I'm not trying to be a nostalgia merchant, but
anyway, we're just gonna leave that there, people. So yeah, that was just me, just doing a little bit of analysis into both situations with Robbie and Turkish. So I guess I'll end it with, I hope both of them, in the future can probably be cool with each other in terms of like, sometimes when you meet up with a man, innit, your brethren, your boy, innit, do you know what I mean? And like, you might do a one-off show or something like that, and you talk about things. That would be nice. But also as well, it doesn't really matter, does it? It doesn't really matter. Both of these guys, are just on the up, innit, in terms of their businesses and in terms of their platforms as well. And you know what? Long may they, I can't even talk now. Long may they keep going up. So yeah, big up to both of them, man. And sometimes you don't need to air out your public linen or whatever, air out your linen in public. Sometimes it's just, things are just best unsaid, and that's how they want to keep it. So big up to them as well. But yeah, you're definitely stubborn, man. Yeah, I know, Robbie, you're definitely stubborn. Yeah. You can't fool me and you can't fool the people. But people, man, it's been a good one, Make sure you slap up the likes and all that. I don't know if BBK is doing a show today. Let me see. Let me just see if I can find him, if he's doing something. I don't know if he's doing anything. I will see in a moment though. Let's have a look. There's a lot of crash out shows recently as well, man. It must be the time of the year. People just crashing out crazy. Let's have a look. I know BBK is busy right now. Busy time of the year. So I don't know. Let's have a look. Customization. Nope. He's not. No, he's not. Who's live right now? Let's have a look. Let's see who's live at the moment. Who's live that we all like? That's what they always say. Who's live who we like? No one's live at the moment, man. Absolutely no one's live. Famzone's live. And he's oh yeah, you got the Tottenham versus Liverpool preview, yeah? Yeah, let's go over to Fanzone because some of you, man, actually, I don't know. Oh, Troops is live, isn't it? Let's go to Troops. Let's go to Troops. You got the whole combination there, innit? Let's go to Troops, innit? But anyway, people, yeah, big up yourself, large up yourselves each and every time. Thank you, everyone that's been in the chat today. Yeah, Dean's my guy as well. Dean's wicked, man. Thank you, everyone that's been in the chat today. Have a great day. I'll be back. I need to do a stream with that Onome, man, about Man City because I'm sure he just can't wait. Maybe I'll be back later. I don't know. But if I'm not back later, maybe tomorrow. And yeah, watch along tomorrow. But anyway, peace out, people. Have a great evening, a great day and a great evening. Peace. We out.